Alexa, Christmas tree lights on. Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 1. It's time to open the Advents. But in order to do that, obviously, we need to make a coffee. It also might help if actually I've got the Advents downstairs. They're all up in my bedroom. One more. Now I do need to listen out for the doorbell as well, because we have a tradesman due today. And you just know that he'll arrive while I'm recording this, don't you? So here we are, 1st of December, officially Advent season and Vlogmas season. So I'm really, really excited for this because obviously, as I keep saying, I love Christmas. Because of course it is the most magical time of the year. So this year, I am really, really fortunate. I have 4 Advent calendars, which I still can't quite, I think that's the most I've ever had. I don't think I've ever had that many to open before. So I'll run through the ones that I've got. 2 of them are gifts. So there will be a little bit on these videos now, on my post that do say that it has been gifted to me, and I still can't quite believe that has happened. So I'll save the 2 that have been gifted until last, but they're all still in their packaging, so we'll open them all first and then we'll get into each day. So the first Advent that I've got is the packed coffee one, and I did do a little video a while back talking about it. So here that is out of its box. The next one that we're going to be opening throughout December is my Christmas present to myself. I'll take it, it's a mighty big box, and I ummed and ahed over this for some considerable time. And it was my sister who actually said to me, because I couldn't really sort of justify the cost, and she sort of pointed out that every year I buy myself a gift. So if I haven't already bought myself a Christmas gift, which I hadn't, then why don't I class this as my Christmas gift to myself? So that's exactly what I am doing. So this is my Christmas present to myself. That's a big one. I will just point out I have never bought myself such an expensive Advent calendar before. But I did notice when I logged into my top cashback account the other day that I had clearly I'd used sort of my logic and was quite sensible. And when I ordered it, I went through top cashback and actually got over £15 back in cashback. So I thought I was quite chuffed with that. Okay, so packed coffee and LMS. And then I get on to the 2 that have been gifted. And the first one is a friend of mine bought me this Biscoff biscuit because they know how much I like Biscoff. And I have it every day in my porridge, a spoonful of Biscoff. And if I have any biscuits, I crumble a biscuit on top of it as well. So now I have a Biscoff Advent calendar. So I feel very lucky indeed. So that's the first one that was gifted to me. And then this one really is a pinch me moment, because every year I buy myself a yarn Advent calendar. And for the last couple of years, I have had Jess's from Hook Cwtch, who's a fabulous yarn dyer. And as some of you may know, in my role as Mrs. Clee Makes, I make a number of the extras that Jess uses in the Advents. And this year, Jess approached me and said she wanted to gift me one. So, yeah, I can't quite believe it, but this is my first ever gifted... oh, hang on, phone's ringing. Well, that was the engineer letting me know that he was going to be with me in about 10 minutes. So I'm quickly going to take this out of the box, and then I will wait until he's been and gone before I actually open day one of each of the Advents. So I'm going to have to wait just a bit longer. Look at that. A night at the ballet. How exciting. But now that's it. I'm going to have to stop recording and I'm going to have to wait probably half an hour or so, but I'll be back. In the blink of an eye, for you, it'll be like no time at all. See you in a few seconds. I'm back. I said I wouldn't be long, didn't I? Oh, what to open first? Let's start with the coffee. So let's just line you up a bit better. The video that I made was, it was painful. It was so complicated. I'd ordered the V60 dripper to make this coffee. That didn't go terribly well. It was all very complicated, weighing things out. But and then measuring water. I've had so many people offer so much advice that I think now I've got it sussed. And I have ordered myself, as suggested by a few of you, an AeroPress. And a friend of mine has the AeroPress, so I've been practicing whenever possible. And it definitely makes a really, really good cup of coffee. So once that arrives, then it will be plain sailing, because there's absolutely no way that I'm faffing around with the V60 drip coffee thingy, what's it? So, packed coffee. Let's open day one. Ooh, smells very coffee-ish. Got a home brewing guide, which looks... You see, why couldn't they just do that with the coffee that I bought last time? Because I had to watch a video and it took me ages and ages. That looks a lot more straightforward. That's exactly what I needed. So, yeah, it tells you whether you've got a V60, whether you're making an espresso, or a cafetiere, or a mocha pot. Oh, and the AeroPress instructions on the back as well. So that will be useful. Cats are prowling around. Okay. Oh, so these are all in order, so there's no rummaging to find the correct number. Oh, day one. It's day one. Handy little presentation thing. Oh, I thought it might tell you. Oh, it does. Buenos Aires coffee. Hints of sugar plums. The arrival of this remarkably silky coffee from this husband and wife coffee farming powerhouse is a standout moment in the packed calendar every year. Over the decade that we've worked with them, their coffee has gone from strength to strength. You'll taste the first sign of Christmas in bright hints of candied plums, a fruity sweetness, a complex structured mouthfeel, and a citrusy acidity that balances each sip. And that's a medium roast. What do you think, Pops? I know. Well, I shall try that later. Or I could always have it tomorrow, couldn't I? As I'm opening day 2. I might do that, save it for tomorrow. Very nice. Day 1. Let's go with the Elemis next. This is big and it is heavy. Ooh, I think it opens. Okay. Ooh. Ow. Let's make some space. Ooh. Okay, I think it goes this way. Are you ready for this? Oh, look. Oops. Oh, crikey, Amanda. Look at that. It's massive. Move you back. Oh, look. Okay. Where's number 1? Oh, right at the beginning here. That's handy. Let's see what we've got, shall we? Ooh. It's the Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Moisture Essence. Now, it says use morning and evening after cleansing and toning. Shake bottle 2 to 3 times to dispense. Gently pat and press onto skin until fully absorbed. Right, I'll pop it back in there to keep it safe so I don't lose it and clutter up the table. I like that. Right. I'm going to finish with my chocolate advent, I think. Or shall I have it now, just to keep me going while I open the yarn? Go on then, let's have it now. Now, apparently, not every single one is a Biscoff. Some of them are... okay, so there's 12 chunks of Cadbury's Dairy Milk and 12 chunks with crunchy Lotus Biscoff pieces and Biscoff spread. So we shouldn't have a repeat of the Reese's advent calendar when, after just a very few days, I was having difficulty stomaching the Reese's peanut cups every day. Even for someone who loves peanut butter, it just got too much for me. Okay. Number 1. There we go. Of course I'm going to eat it now. That's really nice. Thank you. That was delicious. Okay, now on to the Hook Cwtch yarn advent. I might have to put some details in the description box below. Or if I can, I'll put it on the screen. Jess has done 2 yarn advents this year. She's done a weekly advent and a daily advent. Last time I looked, she had released just a few more a week or so ago. So you might still be able to grab yourself one if you've got FOMO, you know, fear of missing out. And I've got the daily one. There is so much yarn in these advents that Jess makes. Again, I'll see if I can put quantities because it is astonishing how much yarn she actually packs in here, and all the extras. Let's have a look, shall we? So we've got, oh, that's attached to extra 3. Does that mean it should be opened? Let's see what it says. You are invited to a night at the ballet. Thank you so much for your order this year. As usual, there are the yarn packages numbered 1 to 25 and the extras which have no specific day to open them by. However, you could extend the advent and open them on the lead up to December, keeping them for Betwixtmas, or even open them all up immediately. Naming no names, you do you. Mostly, I hope you enjoy the advent and join us on the Facebook group to share your makes and access the patterns. Oh, isn't that a lovely message from Jess? So, I'm very aware that a lot of people have already opened all of their extras, and lots and lots of positive comments have been coming back about them. So obviously, because I made quite a few of them, I know what they are, but there are a few that I believe that I have no idea what they contain. And other than the items that I make, I have no insight into this advent whatsoever. So it's as much of an exciting adventure for me as it is for everybody else that has it. So let us open number 1. There we go. Looks like they are also in order. Oh, isn't that... I love Jess's packaging. So nice. These beautiful pink boxes. What a great way to store the yarn. Oh, this is really nice. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just a beautiful colourway? So this is Waltz of the Snowflakes. Obviously it's all to do with the ballet, the theme of the ballet. Now last year, Jess started numbering the skeins after she'd seen one of my the previous year's vlog, where I was having to write it all down so that I wouldn't forget which was which. But, so this year, and last year they were numbered, but I've also made something else that will add a bit of bling to each skein, which I need to go and get now. Following a request from one of my fabulous customers, I created this year some yarn advent stitch markers. And she had got an advent from a previous year, and she was making granny squares with each mini skein. I think there were 5 or 10 gram minis that she'd got. And she wanted to remember which skein was which day, so that she could then sew them all together in the order that they came in the calendar. And I thought, what a brilliant idea. I think my other customers will also appreciate those. So I've had them in my shop. They've all flown out. The 1 to 24 advents are no longer in stock. I think there's one 1 to 12 set of stitch markers for if you've got a mini advent calendar, because you know, some yarn dyers do a 1 to 12 days of Christmas. I can't even get my words out. But yes, in this tin are sparkly stitch markers numbered 1 to 24. Though I think I might have to make obviously a 25 now, because of course Jess's, as I've just read, goes up to 25. So let's find number 1 and attach it to that skein. That was simple. Let's see. So there we are. Number 1. fabulous. I like it very much. The colours are definitely me. Now also, with the Advents, as I've already mentioned, there's a weekly Advent, and this is the daily one. Now each one, 2 separate designers have designed patterns for you to use the yarn in the Advents. So Heather from Keep Calm and Crochet On has, for the weekly Advent, designed a beautiful long scarf sort of wrap with stunning stitch definition. So that's and the yarn, whether you've got the weekly or the daily, there's enough yarn to make both patterns. Well, either pattern, you can choose which designer's pattern that you prefer, and you can make either one of them. Now, the pattern designed with the daily Advent in mind was from the lovely Eleonora of Coastal Crochet, and she has designed a wearable. It is a little wrap cardigan, which can also be worn as a waterfall style cardigan. And we've been sent details of both the patterns, so we can choose, you know, if we want to use the yarn for that. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I don't know. I'm tempted to make a wearable, but I've not obviously seen the rest of the colours. I'm going to have to think about it for a few days, I think. Anyway, that's all my Advents opened. So I'm going to put my Advent stitch markers in the box as well. Oh, shall I open an extra? I don't know what to open. There's so many. Oh, let's open extra one. Let's just start at the beginning. Open extra one. So hopefully, because I'm posting these a day later, you will all have opened yours. But if not, obviously, you're going to have to pause and look away. I should have said that before I opened the yarn. But if you haven't opened your extras, you might want to look away now. This is extra one. So yes, I do know what these are because I made them. They are, of course, the Mrs. G Makes stitch markers. I absolutely loved searching for these charms and making these. So generally I have sort of free choice when I'm working with sort of designers, and they give me a very brief. I go off, do my research, and then you know, give them choices. And I'm very pleased that Jess chose these. So we've got a ballet slipper with a beautiful sort of crystal bead there, and this mint green love heart. Oh, just stunning. Love them. Thank you very much, Jess, and I look forward to opening tomorrow's with you. Right, that's that. All the Advents are open. The chocolate has been eaten. It was delicious. And I'm going to save the coffee for tomorrow. So that will be something to look forward to. I'm going to see if I'm going to get 2 servings out of that. Because if so, I could have one at some point today and then save it again for tomorrow for the second serving. So that could be my plan. Oh, what I will do is show you the plants. That's what I need to do. Do you remember in yesterday's video there was the whole debacle about building the plant stand so that I had room for my Christmas display on the sideboard, and that was a bit of fun, that. But let's have a look at the plants to see if they have thrived. So I ended up putting the plant stand on this side of the sideboard. I quite like it there. I do like it. This plant is not particularly thriving. It's not dead though, so that's a bonus. This one is much the same, but it's probably not been watered for a couple of weeks. My terrarium that I made at Carry On Crafting 18 months ago, I think I need to pull, that's dead. Oh no, there's some green there, maybe it would have survived. Anyway, one of the big plants here, I've got this IKEA bookcase, it wasn't being used in another room, so I just popped it there next to my piano and stuck that plant on. It seems a bit high up, but it's doing okay. This one, the Monstera, is doing a bit better since I've moved it from the window where it was. It was on top of the cat scratching post. So that's doing okay. A few new leaves. And there's a couple of other plants as well, I've just remembered, but they're in the utility room, and I can hear that Amy's currently in there, so I'll leave that for the time being. Maybe we'll look at those plants tomorrow, see how they're doing. But that's about it, really. So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all again tomorrow. All right, bye for now. So following a request, oh, that'll be a bruise now on my thigh.